Namaste and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul story together. And speaking of soul stories, well, mine is coming up. My birthday is in just a few weeks. It's going to be a great year. I'm super excited, launching some serious joy, seriously. And one of the little facts about my life is that I was born just a couple of days before Mother's Day. In fact, you could say I was the best gift a mother ever had for Mother's Day. And I'm glad you agree, because I'm going to exploit it with a Mother's Day reading special. Right now, you can buy your mother a Mother's Day reading, not on Mother's Day itself. I don't think I can possibly handle that, but basically a gift certificate that she can cash in anytime in 2013. I've reduced my rate big time. I will instantly send you a gift certificate, a digital one, so if you're one of those kids that waits till right before dinner, no problem. We'll send it to you, print it out. You look amazing. It's a 1-hour reading for a reduced rate at soulmart.me. There's so much groovy stuff going on right now, guys. I'm so excited. We've got Serious Joy launching in just a few weeks. My birthday. Every mother on the planet's going to get a fabulous Mother's Day gift this year. And the sun's about to move into Taurus. But first, we've got to wrap up Aries. It has been a bumpy ride. So without further ado, let's take the Ascension elevator up and talk about
Good afternoon, folks. This is your captain speaking. Please be advised, those with heavier emotional baggage may be asked to pay an additional fee. During Ascension, make sure to keep your past life karma and drama stowed in the overhead compartment, and anyone who's a bummer will not get peanuts.
Hello, Your Honor. Welcome down to 33,000 feet, where we're going to get a bird's eye view of you, and things are, or have been, hectic, I must say. We're in Chapter 3 of Sun in Aries. For you, you're working on what you are allegedly best at, love and marriage, but it has been definitely a difficult transit. That's because in the beginning of this, when you're working on balance and relationships, you're working on your marriage, and the marriage part of you is a part that really had to disconnect from a deep past, and that's what Librans have been facing, as well as Libra risings. Now they're moving to Chapter 3. You're going to work on the actual peacemaking bliss of harmony, and also work on developing marriage and partnerships. So we're going to wrap up the Sun in Aries and get you on your course for marriage. This week we move from step 25, which is a very intuitive, God-centered Sunday, to step 2 of Taurus the following Sunday. So we're going to shift into the state of awareness of Taurus. And also this week, excuse me, Pluto has retrograded over the last weekend. This is going to be a bit of a break until September 21st, 2013. This break is a break for you on having to deal with new emotional issues within yourself. Pluto's been pushing for Librans to develop a stronger self-nurturing relationship. Now that you are in retrograde, no new information is going to come up. So you're not going to deal with anything new at home, or a new problem with a child, or a new problem with the family, but rather you're going to fill in now with that retrograde what you have learned and see what you might have overlooked. All right, now for my favorite part of the show, where you see what is above is also below, and as always, I like to start with Sunday. Sunday, cloudy with a chance of learning. That's a chance of learning. We'll see if it actually happens. The moon crosses over Jupiter on this day, and the moon is in Gemini. So emotions are really focused on your belief structure. And this is where Jupiter has been working on you since last summer of 2012. It's not just Jupiter, it's also the fact that the emotions are falling over. Let's take a closer look. As the moon crosses Jupiter during the course of Saturday, Sunday, really over the last weekend, your emotions will expand, basically your feelings and your passion for what gives you life meaning and purpose. So really it's a search for life meaning and purpose, and by the end of the weekend I think you are feeling what that might be. On Monday, you are cloudy, but still pensive. Emotions are processing. Saturn rules a day, and so in the month-long topic of long-term relationships, it is a decision-making day. You are making a decision. Now, I must underline that this decision is more of an emotional decision, not necessarily a literal decision. So if you were debating whether or not you should leave your wife or husband, this isn't the decision to make it. It's the decision to feel a certain way. All right? That's what you're committing to, a certain feeling of balance, a certain feeling of giving and receiving, a certain level of giving and receiving. That's what you're committing to, and then we'll see how the universe moves forward with that commitment. On Wednesday, it's on Tuesday, it's sunny and professional. I'm all over the map tonight. Mars rules the day, and so action is the ruling planet of the day, or the ruling energy of the day. And you might have anxiety if you don't take action. Now, you want to take action to move into that harmony you dedicated yourself to just yesterday. And although you may or may not have a husband or wife that is participating with that harmony, you still have to demonstrate to the universe that you're going to create that harmony one way or another. So Tuesday is about moving moving forward with that and aggressively pushing forward. Now, strangely enough, you might be more focused on career relationships on this day or long-term career strategic alliances. That's because the moon in Cancer will pull emotions towards career, and on top of that, career is causing a massive shift. Let's take a look. We have a grand trine going on between the moon the moon in Cancer up to Saturn in Scorpio and Neptune over in Pisces. This soul pyramid unites the water inside of us, and in your case, it's uniting career, soul capital, and daily lifestyle. So it's about uniting these three changes in your life: career, soul capital, and lifestyle. And when it comes to soul capital, I must say Saturn is retrograde, so you're having to hold your own there. The universe isn't necessarily paying you or giving you that attaboys or patting you on the back for that. So you're having to hold that space yourself. Neptune in Pisces is trying to elevate you to a lighter lifestyle where things aren't so dramatic and so heavy and your whole life isn't flipping back and forth. And then at the epicenter of this epiphany is your feelings about your career and where your career is growing and going next. So this is a day of uniting your light. Even though Mars is saying go forward with marriage and partnerships or go forward with that feeling, really the soul work of the day deals with this, as you can see. On Wednesday, sunny and professional again. The moon is still in Cancer, and the ruling planet of the day is Earth. So when Earth rules the day, it's a day really of holding space for what we want to have happen. So you want to hold space for the marriage and partnership and the feeling of fairness and tranquility that you want in your life. Hold space for that. Be decisive about what that is, and squat. Don't expect the universe to do anything. Just kind of squat on that energy. That's what we have to do. Then on Thursday, it's cloudy with a chance of minor anxiety. Now, part of this anxiety is because the sun now is at 29 degrees. That's the final and tested degree of any transit. The moon rules the day. Chiron is chiming in. The universe wants you to find an integrity, a calm blue ocean, really, of marriage, partnership, and where you're going and where you're flowing. But the possibility of anxiety is simply that it's an emotionally ruled day. Librans don't do so well with emotion. Your mind isn't going to necessarily soothe you. So this is where that Pluto retrograde is already taking an effect. You must be there for you and fill in the gaps with your emotional learning. This is the first day that it really happens. Now the moon itself moves into Leo, so it could be issues in society or a sense of belonging or a sense of wanting to belong that actually triggers the anxiety. But again, it's really just the final step of where we are. On Friday, it's cloudy but social, and we are at the 0 degrees. 0 means zero, the no man's land between two states of awareness. In your case, the I give and I receive part of yourself, and the I protect part of yourself. And that's what you'll be working on for the next 30 days. The universe is making a substantial investment in Librans to draw some lines that are long overdue, and this may be where you would end the marriage or partnership or begin a new one. So that's kind of like how you make decisions and later it falls through. But in this 0 degree day, you're really just starting to create a boundary and some space, and maybe you are needing some space. Now the moon in Leo makes you kind of social, and so your feelings are really sensitive to the public and where you belong in the public, the PTA groups, that sort of thing, even though you are probably feeling a bit offline and detached with the 0 degree. On Saturday, it's sunny and social in a happy way. The sun rules the day, so that means love rules the day. And you have to really kind of ask yourself, how are you feeling on this day? That's something that I will definitely be texting you. Incidentally, speaking of texting, we're including a couple new features this week for those watched over by me every day. One of them is that starting on the beginning of Taurus, I'm going to start to guide people step by step through each of the days. So really giving you some more soul coaching in the day to guide you on how to hold that step for your sign. So getting richer and deeper for the signs. And the other thing is that we're getting deep in the daily intentions. In other words, each day I'm going deeper into all the planets and how they, where they're kind of pinning you, just to give you a little bit more guidance. So for instance, on this particular day, Saturday, it's a sun-ruled day, so I'll be posing to you a few questions to ask yourself on this day about how you're feeling, because ultimately, if you're feeling good and loving, this is a good outlook for where the trust intimacy transit is going to go. If you're feeling weak on Saturday, that is giving you a sign of where the trust intimacy transit is going to go. So Saturday is really a day of figuring out the future or assessing where we are so far. On Sunday, it's cloudy and rather spiritual. The moon now moves into Virgo, pulling emotions into the subconscious, where the spiritual junk in your trunk is kind of held. So you might be stirred, have some bad dreams, or have the past kind of haunt you a bit, or maybe someone from the past. These all happen when we do 12th house transits. It's a more spiritual day than usual, and the moon rules the day, so emotions are actually revealing how safe you feel with your boundaries. So although it's a little bit of some karma haunting you, really, if you don't feel safe or secure or feel protected, that again is a sign that kind of gives us an idea of what this transit is going to be like. All right, let's fly home. Well, this concludes another week of Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. Incidentally, I do also watch over people personally via text message or email. You get 5 to 7 messages from me a day. It's called the Guardian Agency, and you can join for just 1 penny for the first week. See what it's like to have me in your back pocket. It's quite an experience. And I am casting for my talk show, Serious Joy. If you are a light worker, if you have an interesting talent, an interesting story, a ray of hope, a product you want to share, come on down to soulgarden.me, click on Serious Joy, fill out the survey, and our producers will get in touch with you. Until then, I will see you next week. Remember, I love you, and live, love, be. So.